And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from what we know, did not tell them that, look, this tree has fat, it has high cholesterol, it's not a good diet, this and that. No, it was because they realized that Allah has their best interest. That is the goal of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if you obey Allah, that is what your best interest will be at.
وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ أَبَى وَاسْتَكْبَرَ وَكَانَ مِنَ الْكَافِرِينَ وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْجَنَّةَ وَكُلَا مِنْهَا رَغَدًا حَيْثُ شِئْتُمَا وَلَا تَقْرَبَا هَذِهِ الشَّجَرَةَ فَتَكُونَا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ فأزلهما الشيطان عنها فأخرجهما مما كانا فيه وقلنا اهبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين فتلقى آدم من ربه كلمات فتاب عليه إنه هو التواب الرحيم قلنا اهبطوا منها جميعا فإما يأتينكم مني هدى فمن تبع هداي فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون.
Verses number 35 through 39 is the Quranic narrative of the story of humans. And this is something that I would like to invite all of the human beings. And if you have people who do not know about Islam, I would recommend you share this with them so that they can think about what is the true story of human beings. There may be some understanding that they may have understanding from their preachers or their family members and their parents and so on and so forth, or they may think that it's just all a big bang. So we can have all these narratives and think about the pros and cons, try to break the narrative and think about which narrative makes most sense. So the story that the Quran tells us is that Allah created our father Adam. For him, He created a wife for him, and He gave them free will. He put them in Jannah, where they didn't have to do any work. There was only one condition, there was only one commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that was that you can focus and you can have everything that you want in Jannah, just do not go near that tree, just do not eat from that tree. And He also told them that there is someone who is an active enemy of yours, who will try to misguide you, who will try to lie to you so that you disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is what was set up for them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from what we know, did not tell them that, look, this tree has fat, it has high cholesterol, it's not a good diet, this and that. No, it was because they realized that Allah has their best interest. That is the goal of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and if you obey Allah, that is what your best interest will be at. But they were being misled and lied and promised false promises by shaitan, that if you eat from that tree, this will happen, that will happen, you will become like angels, you will never die, so on and so forth. And he was consistent and persistent, and eventually they ate from that tree. Now, from a Quranic narrative, Allah is not putting blame on one or the other. He is not saying that the woman is to be blamed or the man has to be blamed. Each and everyone is responsible for their own choices. Now, when that happened, now let's take a look at what they did. So they, unlike shaitan, what we talked about last episodes, they did not justify that. They did not say that, you know what, it's not our fault, it's shaitan's fault. It's not our fault, it's my wife's fault. It's not my fault, it's my husband's fault. It's not our fault, it's a'udhu billah, your fault. Why did you create the tree? Why did you give us access to the tree? So on and so forth. They didn't say any of that. They realized that they were wrong at this. They asked Allah for forgiveness. They acknowledged that if Allah were not to forgive them, then what the consequences would be, and they would be from the losers. And from that we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually forgave them. But now, as a result of that, what happened is that we were sent down on this world. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us two choices. That either you can follow the commands and the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and go back to paradise, or you can disbelieve and disobey and rebel and be transgressing, and then you will be going to hellfire. And this is another very important thing. People think that this world should be free of pain. Allah never promised that. This world has to be having ups and downs to see how we would react in different situations. If we make it to paradise, yes, then there is no more pain. But if we don't make it there, then there is pain. So that's something for us to think about. This is the model, this is the story, this is the timeline that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us and tells us about what this world is about and what choices we have. So something for us to think and contemplate on the Quranic narrative versus any other narrative out there, and figure out for our own self which is the true narrative.